5, Jordan Wollering. Number 7, Ebony Powers. Number 9, Ella Wagner. Number 10, Mikkel Cohen. Number 13, Emily Crowell. Number 14, Libby Bachniak. Number 15, Lauren Swift. Number 16, Taylor Savema. Number 17, Emily Pope. And wearing the fashionable libero jersey tonight, number 20, Chandler Wilson. The head coach is Gretchen Krupnick and the assistant coach, Stephen Brown. And now let's meet your USC Aiken Pacers. Wearing number 1, Kayla Duggan. Number 3, Juliana Hookwater. Number 5, Brittany French. Number 6, Bryn Bonner. Number 7, Allie Smith. Number 8, Alicia Hines. Number 9, Lauren Howard. Number 11, Natalie Brawl. Number 13, Christine Carroll. Number 16, Kelsey Sperlin. Number 18, Julia Forster. Number 20, Juliette Norbon. Number 21, Avery Macklin. Number 22, Anna Crockett. Number 23, Emily Thielon. Number 33, Okane Abago. And wearing the saucy libero jersey, number 88, Rebecca Martinez. The head coach of the Pacers, Glenn Cox. The assistant coaches, Chip Herring, Ali Savara. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask you at this time, please rise as we honor America and those who defend their freedom both at home and abroad with the playing of our national anthem.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the USC Aiken Convocation Center for this matchup between the USC Aiken Pacers and the Georgia College Bobcats. I'm Marcus Johnson, and along with Jordan Phillips, thank you for joining us.
And welcome to this exciting volleyball matchup today. The Pacers coming into today's matchup with a record of 11-2, 5-0 here at home, continuing that winning streak from last season that they had. And Georgia College comes into today's matchup 7-2 with a 2-1 record on the road. So it should be interesting. Both teams with 2 losses here in conference play. Georgia College has a record of 3-1, while the Pacers are 3-0.
And also Pacers on an 11-game winning streak, looking to keep that going. And one of the big keys that they had on this, one of the big wins they had on this streak was at Flagler. They beat Flagler in Flagler 3-1, a game that could have gone either way and was possibly going to be the one game that the Pacers would lose coming out of that beginning of the season tournament.
Yeah, you and I talked about how important that matchup was, and the Pacers delivered in it.
And now they'll face a tough Georgia College team as Emily Thielon serves it up, and we are underway. Her serve is returned, but sent straight into the net. Possible block from Christine Carroll and Avery Macklin. And Pacers strike first.
Yet another dominating show on defense by Macklin and Carroll.
Thielon serving again. Serve dug out. Kept going and sent back over. And it sails out. Point Pacers. confused look over on the Bobcats side. They thought it landed in, but it went out by a couple of inches. Elon serves it up again. Dug out. Here comes the attack from Powers. Pacers able to read it. Setting up for attack of their own. Allie Smith attacks. Good dig there by the Bobcats, keeping it going. Attack from Crowell. Lands out. Another point for the Pacers.
Pacers cashing in on a couple of mistakes here early by the Bobcats for this 3-0 lead.
Delon serving again. Bobcats tipping it over, and that's going to be a point. The blockers, Christine Carroll and Avery Macklin, went up a little too early and couldn't recover in time. Bobcats taking advantage of the mistake and getting the point. Ebony Powers back to serve for Georgia College. Delon setting it up for Christine Carroll, who attacks. Dug out, attempted, and it's going to be out. A little too powerful for Chandler Ewaldson. Or Owaldson, I'm sorry. Owaldson tried to get it, didn't work. Allie Smith now serving for the Pacers. Dug out by Powers, set at the net, tipped on her own side. It will be a point for the Pacers as Emma Bauner couldn't get it going.
Yeah, that one just came off the hand wrong.
And Bogner trying to do the same thing that happened earlier against the Pacer blockers, just tipping it over them. Now the attack from Powers. Sails out, another point for the Pacers.
The Pacers continue to cash in on those mistakes made by the Bobcats.
That's 6-0, or 6-1 your score early on in set number one. Smith still back to serve. Set at the net by Brockway, sent over. Good dig by the Pacers, keeping it going. T-line sets it for Carroll. Dig by Brockway again. Set at the net. Here's the attack from Crowell. And it's going to be down. Point for the Bobcats.
Yeah, Forster and Carroll were in position to make that block, but nobody there to back them up.
Libero, Chandler, Owaldson back to serve. Martinez gets to it. Telon sets things up for Julia Forrester. It's blocked, but it's sent out, and it'll be a kill for Julia Forrester. Another point for the Pacers. Christine Carroll back to serve now for USC Aiken. Her serve just gets over the net and down as the dig from Owaldson sailed a little too far over, and Alicia Hines slammed it home for the kill.
Yeah, that was a massive kill by Alicia Hines. That ball just kind of hung in the air, and Hines saw her opportunity and just crushed it into the hardwood.
And an early timeout here from Georgia College trying to get their bearings straight. It's 7-3, and before we go to the breaks, thank Willie Jules Barbecue, located just off of Whiskey Road, proud sponsor of USC Aiken Athletics. Stop on in and tell them Pacers Sports sent you. We'll be back in just a second here early in set one. And we are back, 7-3, 8-2. Not sure what happened there, but the score now reads 8-2 instead of 7-3, which is what it read when we went into the break.
Yeah, I think on that down ball that went out, the scorekeeper didn't put it up on the board. I was noticing that before we went into the break.
Well, let's hope they got everything squared away. That attack sails out, and now it's 8-3, so Georgia College now has their 3 points. Mollering coming out now, Jordan Mollering. You need 5'7" freshman out of Cumming, Georgia. Her serve sent on over. Avery Macklin on the attack, tips it over, and it's going to go out as it tipped off the net.
Yeah, that one just, Macklin tried to get that one over. When it skipped over the net, it just took a different angle.
Forrester receives the serve. Smith sets it up for Forrester. Powers digs it out, though. Set here from Brockway, sent over on a tip over. Pacers keeping it going. Forrester back on the attack off the blockers. Owaldson dug it out. Here comes an attack now from Bachniak. Kept alive. Martinez going to try for the overpass, and it's not going to be good as she had to go way too far back.
Yeah, I think Martinez tried to make that overpass from the baseball field. That wasn't quite able to. He was not going to be able to make that one.
Well, if she was going for the baseball field, she'd be on the other side of the court.
Shut up.
Well, the serve sails out. Another point for the Pacers. They get it right back.
Of course, referring to the old baseball field, now the softball field.
Actually, softball field. No, yeah, you're right. It's in that right direction.
Thank you.
Natalie Peralt will serve it for USC Aiken. Set up here from Brockway. Here's the attack by Powers. And it goes off a fingertip and will be down, and it's a point for Georgia College. Libby Bachniak will serve it. Telon sets it up. Alicia Hines on the attack, and she finds the back corner for a kill.
Hines continues to be powerful and efficient for the Pacers. Just a beautiful attack and kill by Alicia Hines.
Gives the Pacers the serve again, and Julia Forrester will take it.
That's her 79th kill this season.
Sent on over. Set from Brockway. Tip over by Powers. It's going to find the floor as Peralt dove for it, but couldn't get up to it in time.
Hines and Telon jumping a little bit too early on that play.
And both these teams trading points. It's certainly a competitive match. 10-7 your score here in set one. Savela, her serve gets over. Allie Smith on the attack. And it just landed out looking for that line, but no call from the line judges.
Thought that might have went off a fingertip, but no dice. Point Bobcats.
Telon setting it up off the serve. Here comes Forrester's attack off the blockers and down. Another kill for Julia Forrester. Another point for the Pacers, and Martinez will get the serve.
And Forrester's big year continues. Came into today's match with 142 kills.
Good serve from Martinez. Set up by Brockway. Here comes the attack. Just gets over the net. Peralt dug it out. Telon sets it up for Smith. Smith looking for that back corner, but sent it a little too far. Another point for Georgia College.
Powers there for Smith so far. Unfortunately, just not the efficiency, just not putting it in the right locations.
Brockway serving it up for Georgia College. Peralt receives it. Telon sets it up for Smith. This time she sends it over again, but it goes off the tips of the blockers and out. Point for the Pacers. And Avery Macklin coming onto the floor as Natalie Peralt heads to the bench. Emily Telon back out to serve. Telon serves it up. Dug out, tipped at the net, and it's over the blockers and out. And a lucky break there for the Pacers as Georgia College has been burning them with that move all day long.
Yeah, jumping a little bit early paid off for the Pacers that time.
Telon serve gets on over. Powers dug it out. Sent back over by Christine Carroll as the dig sailed back onto the Pacers side, and Christine Carroll made them pay.
And you can see the smoke coming off the back end of that one from Christine Carroll.
Yeah, she and Alicia Hines have both done some impressive work on that as that serve goes into the net. Rare service error from Emily Telon. Ebony Powers will serve it up. Powers serve, dug out by the Pacers. Telon sets it up for Carroll, who sends it over. Powers digs it out. Brockaway just tipping it on over. Pacers read it perfectly, though. Macklin on the attack, off the libero, Owaldson, and out. And it's going to be a point and a kill for Avery Macklin.
Another one of those big attacking kills from Avery Macklin. She just puts so much force behind that. If you're in the way, the best thing to do is just get out of the way.
Allie Smith now serving. Powers digs it out. Set up by Brockway. Here's the attack. Oh, right into the face of Rebecca Martinez, but she does not go down. A little dazed. Boy, she took that one square in the face.
Oh, my goodness.
I was actually watching a video before the match where a libero took a shot and got sent flying like that, but credit Martinez for sticking with that. That was a heck of an attack.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, big props to her for being able to just move through that like she has.
Well, Pacers get another kill to pay Martinez back for her strength. She's going to come out for a little bit as head coach Glenn Cox checks her out, make sure she's okay. Serve sent over. Tip on the attack. And a point here.
She'll come right back in for the Pacers now.
And they just wanted to make sure she was okay, have her check in real quick.
Yeah, she's still sniffing a little bit. I think that might have caught some of the nose there. That cannot feel good.
It'll clear your sinuses, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Glad to see she's okay. That was brutal.
Mollering serve sent on over. Here comes an attack from Julia Forster, basically an overpass, however. Brockaway sets it up. The attack from Bokniak, kept alive by the Pacers. Martinez setting it up for Forster, tries to tip it over, and she sends it into her own net. And another point for Georgia College. Mollering still back to serve, 16-13 your score. Allie Smith receives it. Telon sets it up. Avery Macklin attacks with it. Dug out, though, by Mollering. Tipped on over. Smith reads it perfectly, though. Telon sets it up for Hines, who attacks and puts it right on the line for another point.
Beautiful kill from Hines. Just absolutely perfect execution on that play. Put it right where she needed to.
And Natalie Peralt comes onto the court in place of Macklin, and she'll go back to serve. Serve sent on over. Owaldson dug it out. Brockaway sets it up. There's the attack. And a good attack there from Bokniak. Catching Allie Smith off guard as she tried to do her best to dig it out, but to no avail. Now Bokniak serving. Martinez digs it. Telon just a tip over, and she catches Georgia College fast asleep as nobody even moved when she tipped that over. Julia Forster now serving. Forster serve, received, set up by Brockway at the net. The attack is blocked, kept alive though by the Bobcats. Sent on over. Pacers, tip from Telon, almost successful. They're going to go with the overpass here on the Bobcats side. Telon again setting it up. Hines tips it over. Good dig by Ewaldson. Set up, the attack from Powers. Forster keeps it alive. Telon gets it to set up somehow. And the Bobcats keeping it going though. Ewaldson. Overpass coming up here from Bokniak. Pacers get it. Telon sets it. Here's the attack from Smith off the blockers. Owaldson able to dig it off the block. Set, attack, block at the net, kept alive, sent over to the Pacers side. Allie Smith sends it over and downs it.
What a point that was. I think Alicia Hines thought she had the point on that attack. You can see her kind of turn around a little bit, got back in position just in time to help Allie Smith make that kill.
Allie Smith coming up big on the stretched out point, gives the Pacers a 5-point lead, 19-14. Forrester serves it up. Bokniak receives it. Here comes the set and the attack from Powers. That sails out. Point for the Pacers. Forster serves it again. Bad receive on that serve, and they're just going to send it on to the overpass from Powers. Peralt digs that out. Here comes the attack from Forrester off the hands of Owaldson, who is out of position to receive that. And another timeout coming up from the Georgia College Bobcats as the Pacers lead them 21-14. I'd like to thank the Concierge Team, a real estate boutique here in Aiken. If you're looking for a house in the Aiken area, be sure to contact Mike Stake. He can help you out. And Aiken Flooring. Aiken Flooring, you can stand on us. Proud sponsors of USC Aiken Athletics. We are back. 21-14 your score. Pacers leading the Georgia College Bobcats by that score in set number 1. Julia Forrester still serving for the Pacers. Forrester's serve set up by Brockway. Here's the attack from Powers. Forrester digs it out. Teal bump sets it for Allie Smith. Allwaldson able to dig it, though. Here comes the attack from the Bobcats. Pacers corralling it, though. Teal sets it up for Hines, who goes for a tip over, looking for that back corner. Bobcats able to keep it going. Powers on the attack. Martinez digs it. Kept alive. Here comes Allie Smith's attack. Allwaldson gets to it, though. Set by Brockway. Attack from Powers. And it's going to just go off the tips of the fingers of the Pacers, and it will be a point for Georgia College.
Pacers trying to make that diving effort, though. Probably shouldn't have on that play.
Serve from Savela, kept going by the Pacers. Forrester going to have to do a tip over, basically. Now Brockway sets it up, and a miss attack from Emma Bogner results in a Pacer point.
That's happened to the Bobcats a couple times now. They've gone up for those easy plays, it seems like, and they just kind of whiffed on it.
Serve sent on over. Set up by Brockway. Here comes the attack from Bokniak. Forrester gets it. Tealon shovels it on over, finds the back corner as Bokniak dove for it and couldn't come up with it. Another point for the Pacers.
Tealon, the master of deception on that play.
And we'll see if Rebecca Martinez can aim properly after taking that shot to the face earlier. Her serve was good, but the tip over attack gets over the blockers of Tealon and Carroll, and Georgia College gets the point. Kayla Brockway will serve it for now for the Bobcats. Peralt receives the serve. Tealon shovels it on over. Kept going. Overpass from the Bobcats. Tealon sets it up. Allie Smith on the attack. And it just misses that back line. A close call. Had to wait for the official ruling. Another point.
Smith continuing to have those freshman struggles with her aim. Haven't seen that much from her this season, though, so I wouldn't be too discouraged.
And a service ace for the Bobcats as Julia Forrester played too far back. And Kayla Brockway gets another point for the Bobcats on the ace.
There was a slight bit of hesitation there. I think she might have thought that Martinez was going to come up and get that one, but
Julia Forrester gets the serve. Set up the attack from Smith, almost going out, but it goes off the hands of Brockway, and the Pacers catch a bit of a break, and it's set point, USC Aiken. And we'll see Avery Macklin come back onto the court. Peralt heads to the bench. Emily Tealon will serve it, trying to close out the set. Dug out by Powers. Set from Brockway. Overpass on its way from Allwaldson. Tealon sets it for Smith off the blockers and out. Point Pacers, and that closes out set number 1. The Pacers take it 25-18 and now lead 1-0 as we go into the break, waiting for set number 2. And we welcome you to set number 2. Marcus Johnson alongside Jordan Phillips here at the USC Aiken Convocation Center. Pacers up by a score of 1-0 on the Georgia College Bobcats, but anything can happen. It was a close set in set number 1. Georgia College didn't want to get too far behind the Pacers and kept breathing down their necks.
Yeah, it certainly was a close set. The Pacers capitalizing on a couple of key mistakes made by the Bobcats. They'll try to correct those mistakes this set and see if they can't take one from the Pacers.
25-18 was the score of the first set. We'll see what set number 2 has in store for us as Kayla Brockway serves things up to get us going. And she gets a service ace, her second service ace on Julia Forrester. Keep an eye on that. We may see some more of that. It's the second time that's happened in the exact same situation.
Yeah, she just dropped it right in front of Forrester once again, the exact same way she did it last time.
Georgia College gets an early 1-0 lead. This time Forrester able to read it. Telon sets it up. Allie Smith on the attack. Off the blockers and out. A kill for the USC Aiken Pacers. And Avery Macklin steps onto the court now. Emily Telon goes back to serve. Her serve dug out. Here's the set from Brockway, blocked at the net, and that's going to go out. That's another point for the Pacers. Christine Carroll and Avery Macklin teaming up for the block on that one.
And we can say it as much as we like. Those two are a devastating duo on the defensive side of the ball.
Serve from Telon. Dug on out. Set by Brockway. Here's the attack from Powers. And that will sail out, but off the fingertips of the Pacers, so it'll be a point and a kill for Ebony Powers, who now will serve it. Powers serve, dug out by Smith. Telon sets it on up for Macklin, who punches it over. Corralled, though, by the Bobcats. Here comes the attack. That's going to sail out. And Emily Telon got out of the way just in time to let it go. And another point for the Pacers. Allie Smith serving now. Her serve is received. Set on up by Brockway. Here comes the attack from Crowell. And that sails, no, it doesn't sail out. It lands in, and it will be a point for Crowell.
Now the Bobcats look to take the lead for the first time in this match.
Owaldson serves it up, 3-3 your score. Telon setting it. Julia Forrester attacks. Owaldson able to dig it out. Brockway gets to it. Ooh, kept alive, though, on a bit of an overpass there by the Bobcats. Martinez sets it up for Macklin, whose attack is dug out, though. Set up. Here comes the attack from the Bobcats. Martinez gets the dig. Telon sets it up for Carroll, tipping it over and putting it onto the floor for the Pacer point.
Beautiful kill by Carroll. Proving once again, you don't always have to just absolutely destroy the ball. Sometimes you can just tip it over and make your point.
And Kirsten Carroll will now serve it up. Brockway sets things up. There's the attack. And unable to dig it out is Telon, and it's a kill for Crowell. And we're once again tied up 4-4.
This one another back and forth set between the Pacers and Bobcats.
Mollering getting it up, sending it on out. Here comes the attack from Forrester, who tips it on over. Kept alive, though, by the Bobcats. Attack from Powers, dug out by the Pacers. Telon sets it up. Forrester attacks it. Kept alive. Still up in the air. Overpass coming up from the Bobcats. Telon again setting things up. Macklin tips it over the blockers, and it's down. Another point for the Pacers.
Yeah, the Bobcats fought hard for that. We didn't want it to go down, but alas, it did. And the Pacers will certainly take the point.
And still alternating points. Natalie Peralt going to try to change that here with the serve. Owaldson receives the serve. Set up by Brockway. There's the attack, and it's going to sail out. Point Pacers. First time we're going to have two serves in a row from somebody on the Pacers side as Peralt's serve goes over and out, so maybe not a good thing having him serve twice back-to-back. Libby Bachniak will serve it for the Bobcats. Allie Smith receives it. It goes a little too far, and it's slammed down by Ebony Powers, giving the Pacers a bit of a taste of their own medicine there.
Now the Bobcats right back in it. 6-all your score.
Bokniak serving again. Allie Smith receives it. Telon sets it up. Julia Forster attacks off the blockers and out. Point for the USC Aiken. And now Julia Forster will go back to serve. Low serve, and that might be a service ace for, yeah, it is a service ace. That's the official ruling for Julia Forster as the dig send it right out of bounds, almost nailing us here at the broadcasting table. Forster serves again. Mollering getting it. Here comes the attack from Savela. Rebecca Martinez setting it on up. Allie Smith, ooh, sent back over to the Pacers side, but they're going to keep it alive with the overpass.
It was a good job by Peralt to get under that.
Blocked at the net, sits on top of the net. Hines trying to slam it down home. Still alive, but it's going to go into the seats. Alicia Hines taking advantage of it there. She was the only one paying attention, I think, on the Pacers side.
Yeah, well, it wasn't a pretty one, but Alicia Hines will certainly take the kill.
Forster serving again. Set up at the net. Here comes the attack from Powers. And that's going to get past Julia Forrester, who dove for it. He was in the wrong place at the wrong time there, and it's another point for the Bobcats, not going quietly at all. Savela will serve it. Her serve sails out. Point for the Pacers.
Pacers continue to cash in on these mistakes made by the Bobcats.
Rebecca Martinez now serving. Martinez serve, received by Mollering. Powers attacks, Martinez right there to dig it. Telon sets it up. Allie Smith attacks, and it goes out. Point for Georgia College. Brockway will go back to serve now for the Bobcats. Peralt receives the serve. Telon sets it up for Carroll. And it sails out. Pacers calling for fingertips. But they will not get the call. No, they will get the call. A little conference between the officials, up and down. And they give the point to the Pacers. Emily Telon serving. 11-8 your score. Pacers just narrowly leading the Bobcats here in set number 2. Telon serve, received by Owaldson. Set up, tip, and that goes right into the net. Wagner couldn't get it over, just didn't get off the fingertips properly.
And that continues to haunt the Bobcats. It's something that's happened to them a lot tonight. Something they're going to have to fix as this game continues.
Telon serves it. Powers receives it. Set up, here comes the attack. Allie Smith reads it. Telon sets it up for Macklin off the blockers. Forster keeps it going. Allie Smith gets it back onto the court, and Forster sends it over on the overpass, but it goes out, and it will be a point for the Bobcats.
Another back and forth set between these two teams. Neither team seems to be able to string together any points.
Allie Smith receives the serve. Telon sets it up. Smith again attacks, and Owaldson couldn't dig it properly, and that's going to be another point for the Pacers. Smith serve, received by Bogner. Here comes the attack. Martinez gets to it though. Telon sets it up for Macklin, who tips it over the blockers. Owaldson, a nice dig, but she couldn't get the rest of the team to corral it properly. And that will be another point for USC Aiken.
Yeah, it was a solid effort by Owaldson, but just couldn't make the play.
And a timeout coming on up for Georgia College. I'd like to thank the South Carolina Education Lottery for being sponsors of USC Aiken Athletics. When you play the South Carolina Education Lottery, you're not only taking a chance, but giving a chance. 14-9 your scores. We take a short break here in set number 2. And we are back here in set number 2. Pacers leading the Bobcats 14-9 in set number 2 and 1-0. Allie Smith serving it up.
Action resumes with Allie Smith at the service line, 14-9.
And Allie Smith's serve just sails out, and it's a point for Georgia College. I'll send Chandler Owaldson back to serve. Owaldson's serve, received by Smith. Thielen has to rush over to set it up. Smith attacks, tipped by the blockers. Powers digs it out, and now she attacks. Thielen able to dig it though. Martinez setting it up. Here comes the attack from Forrester. Brockway got to it, but it sails out of bounds, and it will be a point for the Pacers and another kill for Julia Forrester.
And the Pacers now able to string those points together. We mentioned that they were not able to do so earlier, but now they're kind of getting on a roll here.
Here comes the attack from Crowell. Pacers setting it up. Hines attacks with it and puts it into the back corner for another point.
Alicia Hines continues her big night.
Yeah, she does not out on the court that often, but when she is, she makes a name for herself. Harrell serving again. Bobcats sending it over on the tip, and it's going to land just in front of Julia Forrester, who reared back to avoid a collision with Emily Thielen. Best to give up the point than to injure your fellow teammates.
Yeah, no need to do that.
Mollering back to serve. Allie Smith receives it. Thielen sets it up. Julia Forrester attacks, and she's going to slam it on home, and it's going to be a point for the Pacers.
Well, I said you could see the smoke coming off of Christine Carroll's kill earlier. I think you could see a fire streak coming off the back of that one from Forster. She absolutely drilled that one.
Yeah, a little bit of a red glow on the ball. Natalie Peralt serves, just gets over the net. Here comes the attack from Bachniak. Peralt digs it out. Thielen sets for Forrester. Owaldson able to dig it, though. Bachniak attacks off the blockers. Hines keeps it alive, though. Thielen overpasses it. Set up. Here comes the attack again from Bachniak. Hines sent it back on over. Martinez dug it out as it was sent back to the Pacers side. Smith tipping it over and downing it. And another kill for Allie Smith and another point for the Pacers.
And these Pacers just have to be so frustrating to play against. It seems like no matter where you hit it, there's somebody there to make the play.
Peralt digs it. And it's going to be downed. Pacers miss that.
Big whiff.
Yeah, it's just a bit of a whiff there. Felt a breeze all the way over here from that whiff. But it's 18-12 now. Bachniak serving again for the Bobcats. Martinez receives the serve. Thielen shovels it on over, kept alive by Owaldson, however. Powers attacks. Peralt digs it. Thielen sets it for Forrester. Sent high into the sky, into the stands, and that will be a kill for Julia Forrester.
And Forrester making up for that error where she whiffed on the ball the previous point. 19-12 now the score in favor of the Pacers.
Julia Forrester will serve with a 19-12 lead. Her serve is received. Set up by Brockway. Powers attacks. Smith. Somehow it ricocheted the right way, and the Pacers keep it alive. Powers attacks again. Forrester with a cleaner dig. Thielen sets it up for Peralt, who attacks. Kept alive by the Bobcats. Sent right back over. Allie Smith gets the dig. Thielen sending it over now with the overpass. Set up. The attack. Blocked by Hines. Kept alive. Powers attacks. Now it's another dig for Martinez. Set by Thielen. Smith attacking. Tipped down, and it will be downed. What a point from the Bobcats there.
Neither team willing to give an inch. The Pacers just coming up on the losing end of that one.
Sometimes just lucky reactions were what kept that point going on both sides, and Georgia College comes away the victors. And a quick little shovel pass there from Emily Thielen gets the kill and gets the point, 20-13. Rebecca Martinez will serve it up. Received, set up by Brockway. There's the attack from Powers. Peralt able to dig it, but it goes off the antenna, and it will be a point for Georgia College.
Yeah, that one just got too much airtime behind it, right off the top side of the antenna.
And had that not even gone off the antenna, it would have been a chance for Georgia College to slam it home. Service received by Forrester. Telon sets it up for Christine Carroll, and Carroll puts it home for another point.
A little bit of violence on that one from Christine Carroll.
Serve from Emily Telon, and that sails out. Another rare service error from Emily Telon. Georgia College still in this.
Yeah, it's the second error from Telon tonight on the service side of things.
Ellie Smith receives the serve. He goes off the top of the net, kept alive, however. Macklin sending it over and putting it on the line. Bit of a messy point, but a point nonetheless, and the Pacers get the lead.
Yeah, I don't think that was supposed to be a point, but the Pacers will certainly take it.
22-15 as Georgia College calls another timeout. And before we go to a break, I'd like to thank Hudson Etheridge Companies and Auto Owners Insurance, located on 129 Park Avenue Southwest in Aiken, South Carolina. Make sure you contact Hudson Etheridge Companies and Auto Owners Insurance for life, home, car, and business insurance. And we are back here in set number 2. Pacers up 22-15. Leading in sets as well, 1-0 over the Georgia College Bulldogs. Marcus Johnson, along with the effervescent Jordan Phillips. As always, he is by my side.
Hello, folks, it's me.
Ellie Smith serves it up again. Powers digs it out. Set, tipped over by the Pacers, and it's going to go out on the Bobcats. Another point for USC Aiken. In a moment, miscommunication with the ball boys.
And the ball boys seem to be struggling tonight. I've had a couple of passing volleyballs just strike my chair.
Yeah, one just struck mine.
Hitting some trash cans.
Telon setting it up on the dig from Martinez. Macklin's attack kept alive. Overpass from Powers. Martinez gets the dig on that. Telon sets it on up. Attack from Julia Forrester. Can't be handled. And another kill for Julia Forrester and another point for the Pacers. And it is set point.
And the Pacers rolling a little bit better here in the latter half of this set than they were earlier.
Ellie Smith serves it up again. Owaldson receives it. Set up. Here comes the attack off the blockers and out. Point Georgia College. I've been calling her Crowell all evening. It's Crowell, as we just heard Joe Kucharski say. Even with the pronunciation guy, we never get it right.
We struggle a lot here.
Owaldson serve goes right into the net, and that concludes set number 2. Pacers win that and take a 2-0 lead as we go into the intermission. Be sure to keep with us watching the stream, as I guess they're going to do serving for pizza. You get to watch probably me go out there and try to retrieve all those volleyballs as they send hundreds over at a time.
You will not catch me doing that.
But we will be back after a short intermission. Pacers leading 2-0 on the Georgia College Bulldogs. We'll be right back. And welcome back. About ready to start up set number 3. Pacers leading Georgia College by a score of 2-0, taking set number 1 25-18 and set number 2 25-16.
And the 2-set lead for the Pacers is a bit deceptive. This Georgia College team has been very competitive, even in that last set, which was a little bit more lopsided than the previous one. You know, the Bobcats are keeping up. They're doing well. They just have to cut down on those errors a little bit.
Well, they were going back and forth for the first 14 points, I think. We're back and forth. And then finally the Pacers managed to string a few points together and didn't look back. And we'll see what adjustments the Bobcats have made after that extended intermission. Emily Thielon will start things off for the Pacers here in set 3 with the serve. And she serves it on up. Received by the Bobcats, set up by Brockway. Here's the attack from Bokniak. Pacers able to get to it. Martinez sets it up. Smith having to charge over for it, gets to it in the attack. Pope sets things up. There's the attack, tipped by the blockers of Macklin and Carroll for the first point.
And it becomes routine at least once a set. The twin towers there, Carroll and Macklin, absolutely crushing it on that front line defense for the Pacers.
The 2 tallest players on this team, possibly the 2 strongest players on this team as well. Tip over attack gets over the blockers. This time they played him perfectly, and Georgia College takes advantage of an early jump.
Jumped a little bit too early, as you mentioned, partner.
Libby Bokniak will serve. Her serve is received. Thielon sets it up for Carroll. Her attack goes off the blockers and dug out. Here's the attack from Crowell. Kept alive. Set. The attack from the Bobcats goes out, and it'll be a point for the Pacers. A little too much behind Ebony Powers' attack. And results in a Pacer point. Allie Smith serving. Owaldson gets to it. Here comes the attack from Crowell. Kept alive. The attack goes into the net, and it's a point for the Bobcats. Ebony Powers serving it up for Georgia College. Martinez receives it. Thielon sets it up. Carroll attacks with a tip over. Set from Brockaway. Here's the attack from Pope. Kept alive. Martinez with the bump set. Attack from Macklin. Powers able to get a hand on it. Set from Brockaway. Powers again with the attack. Julia Forrester reads it. Set from the Pacers. Forrester on the attack off the blockers. Kept alive by Martinez. Thielon setting again. This time from Macklin, who puts it through the blockers with nothing but power for the point.
Busts it right through the defenders. Just absolute raw power from Avery Macklin that time.
Christine Carroll serving it up. Carroll's serve received by Bokniak, set up by Brockway. Here's the attack, and that gets through the blockers and down for a point for the Bobcats, starting out the same way as the first 2 sets, back and forth, back and forth. Mollering getting back to serve for the Bobcats. Julia Forrester receives it. Now she'll attack on the set, and the blockers send it out. Point Pacers. And Peralt comes out onto the court, and she would go straight back to serve with a narrow 4-3 lead. Her serve received by Owaldson, set up by Brockway. There's the attack. And a whistle's going to blow the play dead, and the point will go to the Bobcats. Net violation is the call on the Pacers, and it's tied up again, 4-4. Emily Pope serving. Goes over the head of Rebecca Martinez. She thought about receiving it, but wisely let it go. And another point for the Pacers. They get the serve right back.
Yeah, smart play by Martinez to let that one go.
Julia Forrester serving. Her serve received by Savela. Set by Brockaway. Here's the attack from Bokniak, dug out by Peralt. Pacers sending it on over. Nobody was ready on the Georgia College side. Overpass coming up from Owaldson. Martinez gets to it. Telon sets it on up for Allie Smith, who sends it over. Owaldson diving dig. Not successful as it goes down, and it's a point for the Pacers.
Made a good effort, just was not quite able to get all the way underneath that one, but an excellent effort from Owaldson.
Julia Forrester serving again. Dug out by Pope. Set from Brockway. Bokniak sends it over. Great dig by Natalie Pearl to keep the point going. Bobcats corral it. Pope sending it on back. Telon set for Hines, but she's going to get called. No, she's not going to get called. It's going to be a net violation on the Bobcats. So Alicia Hines gets the kill.
And the Pacers will certainly take that.
Pacers stringing a few points together now. Forrester's serve gets over, sent quickly back to the Pacers' side. Telon setting it. Attack from Smith, kept alive by Owaldson. Set by Brockway. Here's the attack. Goes off the blockers and down. And it's a point for the Pacers.
And these errors becoming costly for Georgia College. That's been kind of the tail of the tape for this matchup.
Can't make errors against this Pacer team. Very good, definitely national contenders. Pacers keeping it going. Here's the attack from Forrester. And immediately it's blown dead. Kill for Julia Forrester. Net violation again for Georgia College. Sloppy play, not something we've seen from this team in the first two sets. Kind of surprising that it's happening here in set 3. Forrester's serve. Savela received it. Mollering keeps it going. Overpass from Bokniak. Telon sending it over for Smith, who gets it through the blockers for another kill. Won't be surprised if we see another timeout coming up from Georgia College soon. 10-4 your score with the Pacers on a 6-point run.
Yeah, I would imagine if another point here for the Pacers, we'll see that timeout taken.
Savela sends it over on the attack. Pacers keeping it going. Hines attacks off the blocker. She tips it right back. Allie Smith with the attack, and she's going to down it for another point. Heads up, though, by Alicia Hines. Quick reaction time, keeping that play going. And just as you predicted, a timeout coming on up. So before we go into the break, thank Tyler's Tire and Auto Center for sponsoring USC Aiken Athletics, located just off of Whiskey Road and run by USC Aiken alumni. Tyler's Tire and Auto Center, meeting all of your vehicular needs. 11-4 is your score here in set number 3, Pacers over Georgia College. We were taking a short break and be right back. And we are back. 11-4 your score. Georgia College trailing USC Aiken here in set number 3, and also in overall sets 2-1. Julia Forrester still serving for the Pacers. And it's received. Brockaway sets it on up. Bokniak sends it down and gets the point. And that cuts the Pacers' point streak. And Pacers will have, I believe that was 7 points that they managed to score there.
And that's why that timeout was so crucial for the Pacers. Or for the Bobcats, rather.
Owaldson serves it. Telon setting it on up. Julia Forrester attacks and gets it through the blockers for a point. And the Pacers get the serve right back. Rebecca Martinez sends her serve straight into the net. And that'll be a point for the Bobcats. Kayla Brockway will serve. Now Brockway cleared to serve. Peralt receives the serve. Telon just shovels it on over. Olwaldson read it though. Brockway sets it on up. Here's the attack. And that's going to be a kill for number 13, Emily Crowell. And it's a point for the Bobcats. Brockway serving again. And that lands in front of Natalie Peralt. And that is the third time the Pacers have been caught like that, just playing too far back for the serve. It's going to be something you may want to watch out for in the future if you're USC Aiken. Brockway serving again. Forrester receives it. Telon sets it on up. Here's the attack from Carroll. The blocker's able to corral it, however. Here's the attack from Pope. Pacers dig it out with Peralt. Here's the attack from Carroll. And it's a point for the Pacers. Carroll gets the kill on a net violation. That's the fourth one this set. Telon will serve it now, 13-8, Pacers leading. Dug out by Pope. Here's the set from Brockway. The attack from Bokniak goes off the net but kept alive. Martinez setting it up. Allie Smith attacks. Ooh, that might have gone out, but it's kept in by the Bulldogs, or Bobcats, not the Bulldogs. Martinez sends it on over with the bump. Brockway setting. The attack from Powers, blocked by Smith and Carroll. Now the attack from Crowell. Pacers keeping it going. Telon setting it up for Avery Macklin, who puts it right on the back line for a kill and another point for the Pacers.
Macklin continues to have a big game for the Pacers here.
Telon still back to serve. Serve gets on over. Pope receives it. Set by Brockway. There's the attack. Martinez digs it out. Telon sets it on up. Christine Carroll attacking, and it's going to go right onto that line for another point. The serve from Telon. Pope receives it and sends it straight into the stands, and that is a patented service ace from Emily Telon.
She leads the team in that category, no surprise, so she'll continue to have success at that service line for the Pacers.
Telon serve, sends on over. Set up, here's the attack, blocked by Allie Smith, who just absolutely denied Libby Bokniak anything there. And a well-timed timeout from Georgia College. Gonna need to take a couple seconds to recover from that one. Pacers leading the Bobcats 17-8 here in set number 3. And we are back. Pacers leading 2-0 on Georgia College and 17-8 in this third set. Emily Telon still back to serve.
Emily Telon will serve 17-8.
Telon's serve is received by Bokniak. Kept going. Here's the attack. Dug out by the Pacers. Telon sets it up for Avery Macklin, who gets it off the tips of the blockers. Sent on over to the Pacers side, and it's immediately blown dead. Pacer point. And a ball handling error, the call on the Bobcats.
Substituting for the Pacers, number 9, Lauren Howard.
Pacers sending out some other players here. Kelsey Sperlin and Lauren Howard setting out onto the court. And Howard going back to serve. Howard serve. See by the Bobcats, set up. Here's the attack. Martinez digs it out. Howard setting it on up. And the attack off the top of the net. Allwaldson got a piece of it though. Sent on over on the overpass. Pacers keep it going. Howard set for Smith. Tipped on over. Nice dig there by the Bobcats. Forrester, now it's Howard again. Carroll almost slamming it into the floor, but a good dig by Georgia College keeps it going. Bokniak sends it on over. Howard setting it on up. Kelsey Sperlin on the attack, and it's going to find the floor for another point for the Pacers. Fellow Gaffney native slamming it home for the kill.
It does my old heart proud, to be honest. You can take the boy out of Gaffney, but you can't take the Gaffney out of the boy.
And Kayla Duggan now coming out onto the court. Howard serving it up again. Brockway sets it up. Bokniak sends it on over. Martinez receiving it. Sent back on the attack by Duggan. Overpass on its way from the Bobcats. Martinez, Howard, Christine Carroll tipping it over. Kept alive though. Brockway setting it on up. Here's the attack, and it's going to sail out. Point for the Pacers.
And these errors still piling up for the Bobcats. Looks like a much more lopsided set in favor of the Pacers so far.
Lauren Howard serving it, tipped over the top of the net. She got enough power behind it to roll it over the top. And a lucky service ace for Lauren Howard gives the Pacers a 21-8 lead. Okene Abago coming out onto the court now. Christine Carroll will take a seat. Howard serving again. Georgia College gets to it. Powers setting it on up high into the sky. Sent on over. Duggan digs it. Howard sets it. Sperlin attacks with it. Brockway digs that one. Allwaldson setting it on up. Here comes the attack from Crowell. And it's going to be downed off the block. Allie Smith and Abago getting credited with the block. And it's 22-8.
Abago with that veteran leadership that's so important to this young Pacer team. Getting her chance to shine here tonight.
Howard still serving. Well, not serving anymore as that serve sails out. A good run for Lauren Howard as the Pacers now have a 22-9 lead. Juliana Hookwater coming on out to the court, replacing Allie Smith. Head coach Glenn Cox diving into his reserve players. Libby Bokniak serves it up. Howard setting it. Abagu sends it over. Kept alive. Bump set. Here's the attack from Crowell. Kept alive by the Pacers. Sent high into the air. Kelsey Sperlin on the attack. Blocker's able to receive it though. Allwaldson high set. Martinez gets the dig. Howard keeping it alive. Here's the attack from Hookwater. Off the hands of Allwaldson and down. And it's a kill for Juliana Hookwater, and it's a 23-9 lead.
Yeah, it's a beautiful kill by Juju Hookwater there that time. Her 4th kill of the season.
And now Juju will go back to serve. Serve sent on over. Allwaldson receives it set. Powers attacks, and she will send it out. Point Pacers. Nope, they are going to reverse it. I think that's a good call. It looks like it hit the line. Gotta be fair, gotta be fair.
Absolutely, they'll put that down, flip it, and reverse it back over to the Bobcats.
Ebony Powers will serve now. Kayla Duggan digs it. Set by Howard. The attack from Sperlin. The blockers keep it going, however. A bit of an overpass. Howard digs it. Martinez sets it on up. Duggan attacks off the blockers and out. Point Pacers. And now it is match point for the Pacers, 24-10. Abago will go back to serve. Abago serve. Sails out. And it's a point for the Bobcats. Mollering going back to serve, coming fresh off the bench. First serve, Duggan gets it. Howard sets it. Here's the attack from Hines. Allwaldson gets to it, however. Brockway setting it on up. There's the attack. Martinez digs it. Howard will set it on up. Here's the attack from Hookwater. Sent over. Bokniak got to it, however. Here's a tip-over attack. Duggan able to get to it, though. Set. Here's the attack from Sperlin. A tip-over attack. Allwaldson digs it, though. Here's the attack from the Bobcats now. Good dig by Hookwater. Sperling just sending it over with the overpass. Brockway got the dig. Alwaldson setting it. Here's the attack, and that sails out. That is point, set, and match for the USC Aiken Pacers as they take set 3, 25-11, and win it 3-0 over the Georgia College Bulldogs to keep that streak going. They are now at 12 in a row.
The Pacers continue to roll here, especially here at home. They're just absolutely dominant here inside the Convocation Center, and they'll hope to continue that one for as long as they possibly can.
And that will do it here from the USC Aiken Convocation Center. The Pacers pick up another win. Be sure to stick around for the post-game interview with head coach Blaine Cox and selected players. That will be streaming live on Instagram and will be uploaded to Facebook shortly after. But in the meantime, I'm Marcus Johnson, and for Jordan Phillips, thank you for joining us, and have a good one.